Then a monstrous terror seized him, and his heart stood still. He could hear nothing, but it only lasted a moment. The next moment, he felt his wings spread outwards. He felt the wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach and against his wings. He could feel the tip of his wings cutting through the air. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. He was no longer afraid. He just felt a bit dizzy. Then he flapped his wings once and he soared upwards. He uttered a joyful scream and flapped them again. He soared higher. He raised his breast and banged against the wind. Ga, 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 lul, ah. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. Then his father flew over him screaming. Then he saw his two brothers and sister flying around him, soaring and diving. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly and commenced to dive and soar, shrieking shrilly. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it, facing out over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him with little ridges moving over it. He turned his beak sideways and crowed amusedly. His parents and his brothers and sister had landed on this green floor in front of him. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. His legs sank into it. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wings. But he was tired and weak with hunger, and he could not rise, exhausted by the strange exercise. His feet sank into the green sea, and then his belly touched it, and he sank no farther. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. He had made his first flight. Students, we have come to the last part of the lesson. The previous part we have finished with telling that on seeing the fish given by the mother, the young seagull now started flying. And this part of the lesson tells how the young seagull feels during the flight. We everybody know, whenever you drive the cycle or drive the motorbike for the first time, how would we feel? We would feel very nervous and afraid. And also we would thought of falling down. Such feelings would arise in our mind. Such case is also present with the young seagull also. When it falls down from the mountain, it thought that it would not fly, and initially it overcomes some problems. That is, it was very unstable. Sometimes it falls down, sometimes it goes up. The flight was not very constant. These are the initial problems faced by that. And when it was spreading the wings, he could feel the wind that was flowing. The wind was hitting its body. Then finally it corrects these initial problems. Initially it struggles, later it overcomes the problem. Now the flight was very steady. It was not going upwards or downwards. Gradually it was moving in a straight path. Then he uttered a joyful scream and flapped them again. He soared higher. Later it was, when the flight was very straight, it gave some noise. It cries ga, ga, ga. On hearing it, the mother bird comes nearer. In order to give company, the mother bird also joins. When the bird is flying upwards, the mother flies below the bird. Later the whole family comes for the support. The father and the two brothers, the young seagull, they were all coming and they were all circling around the young seagull in order to give company. Now the young seagull gains confidence. It forgot that once it was very poor in flying. Now they were all going near to the sea. We studied that when the young seagull was in the mountain, the sea was very deep. It was simply very afraid of seeing the sea. Now after flying, gradually they were coming to the sea. The family members, brothers and sisters and the parents, they were going to the sea ahead of the bird. Now the bird was following them. When the bird was flying over the sea, he could see some green patches. Patches means small plants. They were all present over the sea. Gradually it was coming near the sea. When it landed on the sea, another challenge was there. The bird's legs sank inside the water. This was another problem. It was afraid that whether it would sink down and die. But as the bird thought, it was not happening. The belly, the stomach of the bird touched the water and it was safely settling on the water. Then the other family members were around the bird. The bird gained confidence. It was not sinking, but it was very well supported by the other birds. Finally, other birds, the parents and the brothers and sisters, they were offering dog fish to the young seagull. This was a reward for the first flight. With this we come to the conclusion of the lesson. Now once again I want to bring you back to the theme of the lesson, overcoming the fear. So we see many people in history who had fought against fear. They were still remembered as brave people and brave leaders. We should learn these values from them. We will hear about Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda once was going through the street. He was hearing some noises, crying bull, bull. When he was looking back, there was a bull which was rushing with rapid speed against him. First of all, he was running in fear in order to escape from the bull. But after some time, he stopped there itself and stood back and faced the bull. Now the bull simply stopped there. It paused there and it looked at Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda, and it ran away. This was one memorable incident in Swami Vivekananda's life. He fought the fear. And then another great scholar, that is Diogenes. He was a Greek scholar. He lived during the years of great Alexander. We heard of great Alexander. He was a greatest king. He wanted to conquer the whole world. At the same time, Alexander heard about Diogenes. He could also hear of people speaking good of him. He thought, I am the great king. Equal to him, people were praising this Diogenes. What is good of him? So one day he wanted to meet Diogenes. He went to Diogenes' place. There Diogenes was simply sitting in a place and meditating. Sunlight was falling on him and he was thinking of something, sitting in a place. Alexander asked no permission and he stood in front of Diogenes. Diogenes had some interruption. He opened his eyes and asked and saw Alexander. Alexander asked, I am the great Alexander. What do you want me to do? Could I do something for you? He asked Diogenes. Diogenes said, yes, please do one help. Don't stop the shade. Just move away and stand, told Diogenes. Alexander was stunned. I am a great king, but he speaks very simply to me. And he left away. Later, Alexander told to himself, if I were not Alexander, I would be Diogenes. So from these two incidents, I wanted to remind you that we will become great only when we win over our fear. That is what we have learned from the lesson of young seagull, his first flight. Thank you.